Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are K&K Crochet. Welcome back to the channel. Please subscribe if you're not already. We don't say that often, but we are almost at 500, well, we're closer to 500 than not, 300 and some, so I would like to see us go over that hurdle and have more of you join us and talk to us about what you're making and what you're doing, and join our Facebook group. Please, if you're on here and not in the Facebook group, move on over to Facebook. We have a lot of fun over there. And we get to communicate more than we can on here. So we'd love to see you.
Yeah.
So, this is my work in progress. I started. Thank you to Isola, who, I'll put her channel down below, who helped me decide how to go about this. She sent me some information. She talked to me about how to do things. And I ended up going online and using what she told me in order to start my Christmas present for my friend who loves Doctor Who. And yes, I still have ends to weave in, and no, it's not a scarf. No way. I don't knit. I can, but not well, and I didn't want to do that for this. And I wanted to crochet, but I didn't want to make a crocheted scarf. And I had seen on Pinterest a crocheted blanket for Doctor Who, but it did not have a pattern. There was no link. It was just, hey, here's my blanket. It's, Doctor Who inspired. Look at this. Nothing after that, nothing. That's what I was looking for, was a pattern for that. And I had thought, in the beginning, I had thought, well, I'll try to Tunisian crochet this. No. Nah. I tried Tunisian crochet real quick to see. No, I don't have the patience nor the skill. Sorry, not at this moment, maybe later. So this is, I told you about these colors last week in a video that I had gotten. This is Red Heart Dark Orchid, Red Heart Buff, Red Heart Coffee. And that's as far as I've gotten so far. And I'm following a pattern that I found on, I think it's on the BBC website. I will link it down below, that I found on there for the scarf. And it actually gives you a detailed information about how many inches of each color for the scarf. And it tells you the different changes for the different seasons. And so my friend likes Doctor Who. And so I decided, the fourth Doctor is what she likes, who she likes the most. And so I decided to do the first season that he was in. From my understanding, I hope I'm correct, it was season 12. So I'm looking at the scarf that's showing on there. And the scarf is, I think, over 12 feet by the time it's crocheted. So what I decided I would do, yep, hear those trains in the background. We live really close to a railroad track. I have all my life, so I kind of tune them out. But I just now realized how loud that is on here. Probably. Anyway, squirrel. 12 feet long for the scarf when it's knitted up, okay? And when you look at that pattern, sometimes it shows how many rows, but that's knitted rows, and that's different from crochet rows. So I was going to do it in crochet, and then when I saw somebody explain that, I thought, oh, that's not going to work. So then I found the tab that tells you how many inches per color. So what I'm doing, to the best of my ability, is I'm taking the number of inches per color and cutting it in half, and crocheting that. So this first one, I think the dark orchid was supposed to be an inch, so that's a half an inch. This was like 6 something, so that's half of that. And this one was 2 inches, so that's an inch. So that's what my blanket's going to be for Doctor Who. It's going to be half of whatever the scarf is as you go along for each color. I'm going to cut it in half. So the pattern will be the same. It's just the height of the color patches will be smaller, it'll be half of what it was, but she'll still get a blanket that's like 6 foot long and be very much close to the replica of the original scarf as far as the patterning goes. And so I did go over colors of the Red Heart yarn in last week's video when I talked about acquisitions. So if you have questions about that, hop back over there and I'll reference about it's for a future project. And that's what this is for. There was a tea leaf green. I can't remember what they all are. But there are 6 or 7 colors. They are all Red Heart colors because Vanish Choice is out of commission for several of the colors that they had recommended, which is what Isola had originally shown me. And that's what I tried to get, but a lot of them are no longer, they're discontinued. They're no longer in service. So I went to Red Heart because that's really what I'm more comfortable with anyway. And so I had talked about last week about the golden stitch, about how you can pull, or golden loop, how you can pull up the loop to make these taller and make the stitch taller if you need to meet a certain height requirement for your stitches for gauge. What I decided I was going to do instead, because I wasn't sure I could control that throughout the blanket, like if I did double crochets there and couldn't do it all the way through the blanket the same height, like tension wise from time to time when I was crocheting, I decided that I would just do it the best I can, as close as I can to half, using the double crochet. And then if I get down to one that is smaller than the height of my double crochet stitch, then I will go to single crochet and take it down smaller and try to get it as close as I can to what it's supposed to be. So in the end, she will have a Doctor Who replica of the scarf in blanket form, but it will be different, you know, a little bit different, but still hopefully enough that she will be happy with what it is. And that's the first portion of it, and I did that this week, and I haven't gone back to it. I did that several days ago. So this is for Christmas. It will not be done in 5 weeks, I can almost guarantee you. I had said that I had 5 weeks per project, and so I did 2 already in January and kind of got a little burnt out. So this one I'm just doing a little bit at a time. There's no way, I don't think that I'll get a 6-foot blanket done in 5 weeks with everything else I'm working on. I think it would burn me out. I don't want to do that. Who knows, next week I may say something different, but I'm guaranteeing you it's going to take probably longer than 5 weeks. But I'm really proud of the way it is, or happy with the way it is so far. I really like these colors together. And there were lots of red heart colors I thought were different there. I hadn't seen before. There was a red heart coral. There were, yeah, it was really pretty, like between a peach and an orange, but super pretty. And several different colors. So when I go back, I plan to go back and get those colors that I think I might like, that are different like that, and kind of worked with those. I don't want to pile up a bunch of things that I don't have plans for, but I definitely would like to have those new colors. And I said, well, my Walmart didn't have them. And then I think when I went to my Walmart yesterday or the day before, I saw the coral maybe, but I saw a green and I thought, that's not the tea leaf green. No, it's called frosty green. It's completely different too. I don't remember seeing that before. So I don't know if they're getting new colors in at my store, which would be a miracle because they don't have a whole lot of yarn, period. That's in Walmart. And Walmart, Joann's, Ollie's, which sometimes you get yarn at, or Hobby Lobby are all on average an hour away. So yeah, some of them are a little closer, some are a little farther, so it just depends. But on average, it's an hour one-way trip for me to get anywhere to get anything like that. So there's no yarn where I live within, the closest would be the one Walmart that's about 40 minutes away. So yeah. No yarn where I live. If it is, it's, yeah, there's just not. There's just not. No craft supplies, nothing like that. Not happening. So it's kind of sad. But we've been making lots of trips lately to the yarn store. And I can foresee another one maybe this week. Because I have to go, I have to go to where Joann's is, because Wednesday is my husband's birthday, and there's a particular restaurant that he likes to eat at, and I'm going to pick up birthday dinner for him, and that's the only town that it's in. And so Joann's is like 5 minutes from there, so guess who's going to Joann's? Actually, I have a $5 in-store rebate from my rewards program, but it's not till the day after, of course. So maybe I'm not going to Joann's. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, we hope you all have a blessed week. If you've done Doctor Who of any sort, please comment down below. If you're a Doctor Who fan, then I know this is probably, I know some of those fandoms, like you get a hold of things and people like me get a hold of it and start trying to work it up, and we know nothing about it and we ruin something. So I hope that's not what I've done with this. If you're a Doctor Who fan, let me know what you think. I'm going to put the link down below. Oh, I forgot to say, this is double crochet, and I don't remember what hook size. I think it's a 5.5I, and it's about 4 feet across is what I did. So 4 feet across and 6 foot long, just big enough for her to use, to curl up underneath and enjoy while she's watching Doctor Who. So anyway, let me know what you think if you're a Doctor Who fan, a Whovian, down below. That's what they call themselves, I think, as a Whovian. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. Y'all know I've watched one episode, and that was a half of one, and that's because I was looking for the scarf. So, but I do think I would like it, and I think I will go back and watch some of them, because it was some of the very first ones, and it was quite intriguing to me. Kind of reminded me of some of the things I used to watch when I was younger. So let me know what you think down below. We hope you have a good week. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't be forgetting. Don't forget to be kind to everybody else, because you don't know their journey. What you got to say now?
Happy Valentine's Day.
She's tired. So anyway, we love you. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. We don't say that very often because it's just not that for us, but we are really close to hitting a milestone of 500. We've got like 334 people, and we would really like to see it grow. We would like to see new faces come in and join the faces that are already here and share in what we think is pretty awesome and amazing. We have some amazing subscribers and friends and viewers and amazing people in our Facebook group, so hop on over. Move on over. And that's because we're cow people. We love cows. So move on over to the Facebook group and say, hey, let me in. And I think there's one question you have to answer, and it says, how did you hear about us? And that's only because I have people trying to come in from, like, the scammers, the people who, you know, go to every group and they say crazy things to get into the group. Like when you say, where did you hear about us? They say yes. And so those kind of people, you're gone. Because we're trying to keep everybody safe. But just say, hey, I heard about you from YouTube. Hello. And knock, 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 let me in. And then share your projects. And don't forget to join the make-along that Kristen's doing for the Mood make-along. And post your pictures for that in the group. But then when they're completed, you can post your pictures now in the group, the mainstream. And then there's a Mood project crochet along up there, knit along, whatever you want to do.
Make along.
Yeah, I should say make along, but it says CAL, but whatever, you all know. You can post your pictures there before January 6th when it's finished. Maybe you do one a month, maybe one a year, maybe you do one in every 6 months, whatever Mood project you're doing. And then January 6th we'll draw for a prize. Yeah. Not sponsored by anybody here. It's Facebook driven and not sponsored by them either. It's in our Facebook group. You have to post there to enter. You also have to be a member or a subscriber to this channel, and you have to be 18 or older, and you do not have to be from the United States. If it's outside the United States, we'll do an electronic gift card. But anyway, not affiliated with anybody other than us. We pay for everything, blah, 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 all the YouTube categories and community guidelines and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, have a great week. Bye.
Bye.